Your Magic the Gathering news report is brought to you in part by the channel MTG Anarchy, where we take a look into the world of Magic the Gathering and throw a little bit of mischief and chaos into the mix. Welcome to your Magic the Gathering news report. My name is Michael. It's great to see you here. On today's report, we're going to be discussing an update surrounding the Netflix animated adaptation towards Magic the Gathering, ran and directed by the Russo brothers. But before we jump into that article, I would appreciate it if you went ahead and subscribed to the channel, as well as hit the bell notification to keep up to date with any new videos that do come out here on MTG Anarchy. With all that said, let's just jump right into the article.
Now, this article comes from The Escapist, and it is titled Joe Russo Says Magic the Gathering Animated Series is being written right now. Now, please keep in mind, I did not write this article. I'm just reading off what the article reads. So if you want to go ahead and check it out, it's on The Escapist. Honestly, that's just up to you, but here's an audio version of it. So let's just jump right into the article. The Russo Brothers production company, AGBO, is in the middle of taking over a ton of nerdy IP right now, including an animated series based on the Magic the Gathering card game that will be coming to Netflix. Since its announcement almost a year ago, we've heard very little about the series, but Joe Russo, while speaking to Collider, has given an update. Now let me jump in here for a moment. I am glad that the Russo brothers, at least one of the brothers, is giving an update when it comes to this series, because personally I'm excited to see what they do with the IP of Magic the Gathering. So yeah, I am very much excited for this, but let's just move forward with this story. The Magic the Gathering show is currently in the scripting phase. Russo refers to the work as IP incubation, and being worked on despite the shutdown occurring across the industry. Russo reminds us it could be a long time before we see it. However, as animation has a much longer pre-production time period than live action does. Jumping back in here, this actually does make a lot of sense, especially for what they're currently doing right now. Honestly, I am glad they're taking this very seriously, especially with the whole scripting aspect of it. They want to make sure that the characters that they do have work within the story. They want to make sure that they can get the characters right. And with the surplus amount of lore and information given about Magic the Gathering in general, honestly, I think this is a good move. Now, I am bummed that they are not moving forward with the whole animation aspect yet, and they're only at this stage in the project, but that does show that this sort of thing is being cared for and looked into properly. They're not trying to rush this, they're actually trying to do this right. So kudos to the Russo brothers for actually wanting to go ahead and take their time with this product / IP. When the show was announced, it was the first attempt to adapt the series since Fox failed to bring it to movie theaters after securing the rights back in 2014. AGBO and Netflix have brought in Octopi, Hasbro's AlliSpark Animation, and Bardell Studio to animate the series once it's at that stage. Octopi and AlliSpark have worked on a plethora of adaptations between them and collaborated with Netflix previously as well. It's said to be a dramatic series more in line with live-action fantasy than most animated series. Now, truth be told, I actually have not heard of any of these companies that would be doing the animation, and I've never seen any of the movies that I could think of with these sorts of names attached. So if somebody can go ahead and give me references to what sort of works that these companies have done when it comes to animation, please let me know in the comments down below, because I would want to find out what sort of animation style we are going to be getting. And also, that last line does worry me a tiny bit, just because of the fact that if it is going to be a dramatic sort of series more in line towards live action, honestly, I hope there is a lot of humor. I do hope there is a lot of different aspects that they do include into it. But at the same time, I mean, everybody has their own visions. Everybody has things that they're looking for in the things that they're creating. So hopefully the Russos do keep a lot of the humor, keep a lot of the core aspects of the IP together when it comes to this series. Because honestly, we as Magic players, we want to make sure we're watching something that is enjoyable and something that is special to us. So I think that is something to kind of consider as well. Also, I am kind of glad Fox did not make a Magic the Gathering movie. I don't think they could have incorporated it as best as what the Russo brothers could potentially do with characters and everything like that. I mean, the only success that Fox really had, to me, was Deadpool, but that's because Fox allowed them free reign on that sort of IP. So honestly, to me, I am glad Fox's hands is off of this sort of situation, and I'm glad this is more of a television show over a movie. But that's just my thought on that one. Russo also gave us updates on 2 other adaptations that AGBO is working on. Their live-action take on Battle of the Planets, an Americanized anime, is currently in the very early stages of their IP incubation. It won't be a direct adaptation, and they're currently mapping out what the new mythology is. Finally, they've completed the first pass at their adaptation of Grimjack for Amazon, and have passed the scripts over to the streamer for notes. While none of these have release dates, it sounds like Grimjack is the furthest along. Now, honestly, here's my final thoughts when it comes to this information. Honestly, I will say I am glad that the Russo brothers are taking their time to get this information done right. I am glad that they are actually looking into who the characters are, what they are, as well as the story behind everything. Honestly, I am a little bit worried when it comes to the whole more dramatics behind everything, but honestly, to me, I just hope they do not mess this IP up, because honestly, that's a lot of individuals that play this game. That is a lot of individuals that are willing to watch these sorts of things, and honestly, I hope they do well with this. The Russo's Brothers Records is actually pretty up there, and I'm glad they're taking a serious approach to this, but at the same time, I do want to see humor, I do want to see action, I do want to see a lot of the great things that the Russo brothers have done throughout their works. And hopefully the animation is on point, hopefully everything is on point when it comes to these sorts of things, the effects, the music, everything. But since it's in its incubation period, honestly, we're just going to have to wait and see what happens. But those are my opinions when it comes to this article and the information. What is your opinions? Let me know in the comments down below. But that will be it for your Magic the Gathering news report here on MTG Anarchy. Now, before you go, I would actually appreciate it if you liked and shared this video if you thought it was a good video, so then that way it would actually help out throughout the algorithm here on the platform, as well as get the word out there throughout the Magic the Gathering community. Also, again, like I said, if you haven't done so, I would appreciate it if you subscribed and hit the bell notification to keep up to date with any new videos that do come out here on MTG Anarchy. And finally, I would appreciate it that if you're financially stable at this time, to go ahead and not only support myself, but to support your local game stores. Because we're all one community, we should all go ahead and support each other in these times of need. So honestly, if you have a chance to do so, please go ahead and support your local game stores. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. My name's Michael. I appreciate your time. Thank you so much for watching here on MTG Anarchy, and I will see you all tomorrow. Thanks again.